Something is spreading quietly across the towns and cities of this country. It is not a virus you can catch with a handshake, and it is not the kind of disease that fills hospital waiting rooms overnight. It is something slower, more invisible, yet it is stealing energy, joy, and even years of life from millions of Americans every single day. This epidemic hides in plain sight. It hides behind polite smiles at the grocery store. It hides inside office buildings and classrooms. It hides inside the hearts of people who tell the world they are fine but who are quietly falling apart inside. From the outside, life in America seems busy, colorful, full of opportunities. People work hard, they chase dreams, they buy nice things, they post pictures of perfect moments, but behind the filters, behind the perfectly crafted images, there is a truth so heavy that it is weighing an entire nation down. It is the silent epidemic of emotional and mental exhaustion, a deep kind of burnout and loneliness that no one wants to talk about but everyone feels. This epidemic begins in small ways: a restless night here, a skipped meal there, a little extra coffee to push through another long workday, a phone that never stops buzzing, a constant background noise of bad news, social media, arguments, and endless to-do lists. At first it feels normal because everyone else is doing it. You wake up, you work, you scroll your phone, you push yourself until your eyes burn and your back aches and your mind feels like it is running through fog, and when you finally lie down to sleep, your mind races so fast that rest never truly comes. Day after day this becomes the rhythm of life. People convince themselves that feeling tired all the time is just part of being an adult. In America they tell themselves that stress is a sign of productivity, that skipping lunch means dedication, that answering work emails at midnight is ambition. But the truth is these habits are draining more than energy, they are draining life itself. The human mind and body are not built for constant pressure, yet across the United States millions live in a state of permanent fight or flight. The stress hormone cortisol floods their bodies, keeping the heart rate high, the blood vessels tight, the digestion weak, the immune system vulnerable, and the longer this state lasts, the more damage it causes. Scientists have linked chronic stress to heart disease, obesity, depression, anxiety, digestive disorders, and even memory loss. It is not just about feeling overwhelmed in the moment, it is about slowly wearing down the systems that keep you alive. And it is not just stress, it is loneliness too. America is more connected than ever through phones and screens, yet people have never felt more alone. Many live far from family, friends are busy, neighbors hardly speak. Social media promises connection but delivers comparison, making people feel like they are always behind, always less than. Loneliness has been shown to be as dangerous to health as smoking 15 cigarettes a day. It increases the risk of heart disease, stroke, dementia, and early death. Yet few take it seriously until it is too late. Then there is the mental fog that creeps in after months or years of living like this. People forget small things, they lose the spark for hobbies they once loved, they wake up already exhausted, they go through the day on autopilot, their smiles become mechanical, their conversations become surface level, the light in their eyes dims and they hardly notice because it happens so slowly. This silent epidemic thrives on busyness and distraction. As long as people stay too busy to notice their own pain, it can keep spreading. It does not care about age or income. It affects the mother juggling 2 jobs and childcare. It affects the young man buried in student debt working endless overtime. It affects the teenager comparing themselves to perfect strangers online. It affects the retiree who thought they would finally have peace but instead feels forgotten. The cost of this epidemic cannot be measured only in hospital bills. It steals time with loved ones, it steals the joy from simple pleasures, it steals the ability to truly rest. Even vacations become photo opportunities for social media instead of moments of peace. Meals are eaten in a rush or in front of a screen instead of shared slowly with friends and family. People have forgotten what it feels like to sit quietly with their thoughts without reaching for a phone, without filling every moment with noise. But there is hope because like any epidemic, awareness is the first step towards stopping it. If you are feeling this deep exhaustion, this quiet loneliness, this constant sense of being behind, you are not alone, and more importantly, you are not powerless. Small consistent changes can begin to reverse the damage. It starts with giving yourself permission to rest, not the kind of rest where you collapse on the couch while scrolling through endless videos, but real rest time in nature, time spent doing something with your hands, cooking, reading, sitting on a porch and feeling the wind on your face. Rest is not a reward you earn after you have pushed yourself to the limit. It is a basic human need. It also means protecting your mind the way you protect your body. Limit the news you consume if it leaves you feeling hopeless. Step back from social media accounts that make you feel inadequate. Choose to spend more time in real conversations, face to face or at least voice to voice, rather than endless texting. Fill your environment with things that make you feel grounded and calm, whether it is plants, soft light, music, or the sound of silence. And most importantly, ask for help when you need it. There is no weakness in saying you are struggling. Speak to a friend, a counselor, a support group. The epidemic thrives in silence, but it weakens the moment we talk about it. The more openly we share our struggles, the more we remind each other that we are human and that we were never meant to go through life alone. America is facing many visible challenges, but this invisible one might be the most dangerous because it hides behind the appearance of normal life. It convinces people that what they are feeling is just the way things are, that they have no choice but to keep pushing. But there is always a choice. You can choose to slow down, you can choose to rest, you can choose to protect your mind and body like they are the most precious things you own, because they are. The silent epidemic sweeping across America does not have to claim more lives. We can stop it by noticing it, by talking about it, and by making the brave choice to live differently. Even in a world that tells us to go faster, we can choose to go slower. Even when everything around us demands more, we can choose to give ourselves enough. So take a breath right now. Notice the weight you are carrying. Notice the tension in your shoulders, the tiredness in your eyes, the thoughts that never stop moving. You do not have to carry it all alone. You do not have to let this silent epidemic write the story of your life. You can start a new chapter today, one where you are not just surviving but truly living, and that choice begins with a single moment like this.